We're expecting a very busy day on Monday at the White House in what could potentially be a very consequential day for the war in Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy will be here to meet Donald Trump, a repeat of that encounter back in February where the two men argued and the Ukrainian president was ejected from the White House. The meetings ended early. This time, though, he will have support. 6 other Europeans will be with him, including the leaders of Britain, Italy, France and Germany, as well as the EU chief and the NATO Secretary General. They'll be there to present a united front to ensure that Ukraine gets a good deal in all of this. There had been a suggestion in the press that they were here to ensure that President Zelenskyy was not bullied into making a bad deal. The US Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, on Sunday said that was not the case. They will be discussing a whole range of issues. The sense that we're getting from the White House is that this could be a very long day with multiple meetings and breakout sessions, with them speaking about some very granular details, including how to divide up territory. But we're also hearing that Ukraine could get robust security guarantees. The US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff says that President Putin on Friday in Alaska said that he was happy for those security guarantees to be put in place. Now, up until now, Russia has ruled out full NATO membership for Ukraine. But what this guarantee might look like is very similar to Article 5 of NATO membership, which is that if any of the 32 NATO members are attacked, the NATO alliance sees it as an attack on them all, and they stand ready to defend that country that has been attacked. So Ukraine would have that security guarantee, including from the United States, who, according to all of the possible parameters of this, would be standing by ready to defend Ukraine if it were to be attacked in the future by Russia. Russia is also reportedly saying that it will be signing on to guarantee that it will not attack Ukraine in the future and no other European countries as well. On top of that, there is also the possibility of some concessions. That's something that Secretary of State Marco Rubio said would be important, that there needed to be concessions on both sides, and also said that potentially a ceasefire is still possible. That after President Trump on Friday ruled it out, instead aligning himself with Russia and saying what was needed was a peace agreement rather than a ceasefire. President Zelenskyy wants a ceasefire first because he's worried that a peace agreement would simply take too long to agree to. Witkoff, the special envoy, is saying that all of these things that have been discussed in the background in the lead up to Monday's White House summit are potentially game-changing. And Donald Trump has hinted at what could come. He posted on Sunday on social media, big progress on Russia. Stay tuned. We certainly will be, to see what happens in the Oval Office on Monday. Nick Harper, SABC News, Washington.